Anything that is turned inside out is also turned upside down. But not everything that is turned upside down is turned inside out. You're welcome to another chapter. And today we're going to Surah Al-Kahf. Kahf meaning the cave. As usual, we shall read the introduction first. Okay. It's been explained in the introduction to Surah 17 how the five surahs 17 to 21 develop the theme of the individual soul's religious history and how they fit into the general scheme of exposition. Paragraph. This particular Makan Surah may be called a lesson on the brevity and mystery of life. First, full stop. First, there is the story of the companions of the cave who slept therein for a long period, I think 309 or so, for a long period, and yet thought they had been there only a day or less. Full stop. Then there is the story of the mysterious teacher who shows Moses how life itself is a parable. Full stop. I don't know if that's Green. What is his name? Okay, we shall get to that. Hydra, maybe, I think that's Hydra. Itself is a parable, full stop. And further, there is the story of Zulkarnain, the two-horned one. Two-horned is hyphenated, two-horned one. 3. The powerful ruler of West and East, who made an iron wall to protect the weak against the strong. Full stop. The parables refer to the brevity, uncertainty, and vanity of life. Semicolon. To the many paradoxes in it, which can only be understood by patience and the fullness of knowledge, semicolon. And to the need of guarding our spiritual gains against the incursions of evil. Full stop. Paragraph. Summary. The Quran is a direction and a warning. This life is brief and subject to vicissitudes. Full stop. Our ideas of time are defective, as shown in the story of the companions of the cave, who had faith, truth, and patience, and other virtues. Full stop. But their life was a mystery that can be fathomed but by few. Into brackets, chapter 18, 1 to 2, this very chapter, Kahf. Paragraph. Knowledge is for God. Colon. Be on your guard against the conjectures and cocksure hopes. Against the conjectures and cocksure hopes. Cocksure is hyphenated. Cocksure hopes. Full stop. Learn from the Quran, parable of the man who is puffed up with this world's goods, and is brought to naught. 18:23 to 44. We shall get there, God willing. Paragraph. This life is uncertain and variable. Colon. Goodness and virtue are better and more durable. Full stop. For the day of reckoning will come, with its mercy and its wrath. 1845 to 49. So when the day of virtue comes, it will rather be a day of mercy or a day of wrath, depending on how we led our lives while on earth. All right, paragraph. Moses, in his thirst for knowledge, forgot his limitations. Patience and faith were enjoined on him, and he understood when the paradoxes of life were explained. 18 to 60. No, 18, sign 60 to 82. Yes, I believe that's the story of Hidre. Full stop. Zulkarnain had a wide dominion, colon. He punished the guilty and rewarded the good, colon. He protected the weak from the lawless. But he had faith and valued the guidance of God. God is one, and his service is righteousness. 1883 to 110. And that's the end of the introduction. We now go to the science proper. And here it is Al-Kahf, or the cave. In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. Should I show you to viewers? Yes. In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. Alhamdulillah, allazi anzala ala ibadihi al-kitaba. Alhamdulillah, allazi anzala ala ibadihi al-kitaba. Praise be to God, who hath sent to his servant the book. Walam yaj'al lahu iwajan. Walam yaj'al lahu iwajan. Al-Kitaba, the book, and hath allowed therein no crookedness. Has allowed therein no crookedness. There's no crookedness in the Quran, except some people can interpret it with numerous crookedness, compelling us to see crookedness in it. That's what I mean. Okay, there is a commentary to read 2, 3, 2, 6. 2, 3, 2, 6. Did we do 2, 3, 2, 5? No, it begins with 2, 3. It's twofold. The commentary is twofold. 2, 3, 2, 5, and then 2, 3, 2, 6. So we first go to 2, 3, 2, 5. See note 2, 3, 2, 4 to chapter 17. 1, 1, 1. Full stop. The theme of the last surah that God is good and worthy of all praise from his creatures, to whom he has granted a clear revelation, is continued in this surah. Full stop. The spirit of man makes gradual progress upwards through the grace and mercy of God. 2, 3, 2, 6. Some people's ideas of a sacred book is that it should be full of mysteries, dark corners, ambiguous expressions, words so far removed from human speech that they cover anything or nothing. Full stop. Pagan oracles were couched in language which suggested one meaning to the hearer and claimed to have the very opposite meaning in the light of events which actually happened subsequently. full stop. They were distinctly crooked, not straight, full stop. In the text verse, in the next verse, the word straight, kayim, in brackets, kayim being spelled with Qaiyim. In the next verse, the word straight, kayim, is used to characterize the Quran. In contrast to this word, crooked, iwaj, or iwajan, iwaj. See also chapter 19, sign 36, which has the note 2488. We can go there, or we shall get there, sorry. And that was the second commentary to sign 1 of chapter 18 of the Holy Quran, and of course section 1 as well of the Holy Quran. Pardon me. Yeah, sorry. Kayiman, we are not going to Kayiman. Liyunzuru. Kayiman liyunzuru. Raba'asan. Shadidan min ladunhu, sorry. Kayiman liyunzura ba'san shadidan min ladunhu. He hath made it, and that is in brackets. He hath made it straight and clear, also in brackets, in order that he may warn, in brackets, the goodness of a terrible punishment from him. So all this, if we remove the brackets, I don't know if it will make sense. Without the brackets, it reads straight, in order that he may warn of a terrible punishment from him. Min ladunhu, from him, min ladunhu. ويبشر المؤمنين الذين يعملون الصالحات أن لهم أجر حسنا from him, and that he may give glad tidings, ليبشر, he may give glad tidings to the believers, ليؤمنون, who work righteousness, الذين يعلمون الصالحات. That is it earlier. الذين يعلمون الصالحات أن لهم أجر حسنا, who do righteous deeds, that they shall have a goodly reward. We go to, there is commentary to 2327. 2327. That's the commentary. 2327. Kayim, straight, that which has no bends and no corners, no mystify people, no bends and no corners to mystify people. That which speaks clearly and ambiguously, that which guides to the straight path. Compare chapter 8, sign 36, where the adjective is used for a straight usage, in contrast to usages, which tend to mystify and deceive people. Full stop. The Quran is above all things straight, clear, and perspicuous. Full stop. Its directions are plain for everyone to understand, Any book that deals with the highest mysteries of spiritual life must necessarily have portions whose full meaning is clearer to some minds than to others. To some minds than to others not so well prepared. To others not so well prepared. Full stop. But here there is nowhere any mystification, comma, any desire to wrap up things in dark sayings repugnant to human reason. Full stop. God's purpose is to give clear warning of spiritual dangers and lead up to the highest bliss. And that was commentary 227 to sign 2. We now go to sign 3. Mm. Uh, uh, ma makithina fihi makithina fihi abadan makithina fihi abadan wherein there shall be wherein they shall remain forever wherein they shall remain forever makihina fihi abadan forever makihina remain in it fihi remain in it forever. Yes, that's all the sign. Commentary 2378. Commentary 2378. Compare chapter 4, sign 122. 4 is IV. Chapter IV 122. Then XLII 7 to 1. I see that as I see it to be 43, if I'm not mistaken. 43 XLII or S capital I don't know. Then IXV, that is 47. The first is 42. Then 47, sign 11. The first was XII, sign 7 to 1. And this one is XIV 11. The I call maybe L. I don't know. Okay, then XCVIII. That is, I don't know, it's 80, maybe 80, sign 8. Well, let me read it in the Roman numerals. XCVIII, XCVIII, 8, sign 8. Okay, now we go to sign 4. وينذر الذين قالوا أتخذ الله ولدا وينذر الذين قالوا اتخذ الله ولدا, further that he may warn those also in brackets, those also who say God hath begotten a son. اتخذ الله ولدا, to warn those who say God has begotten a son. Commentary 2229. 2229. The warning is not only needed for those who deny God or deny his message, but also for those whose false ideas of God degrade religion, and supposing that God begot a son, full stop, God begot a son, for God is one and is high above any ideas of physical reproduction. Okay. Now we go to sign 5. ما لهم به من العلم ما لهم به من العلم ولا لآبائهم. No knowledge have they of such a thing, nor had their fathers. So their fathers had no knowledge of it, and they as well do not have knowledge of it. When they say God has a son, had begotten a son. Okay. ولا آبائهم. كبرت كلمة كبرت كلمة, a grievous thing that issues from their mouths. كبرت كلمة تخرج من أفواههم تخرج من أفواههم. A grievous thing that issues from their mouth. تخرج من أفواههم. Saying what they say is nothing but falsehood. From their mouths, saying as a from their mouths as a saying that issues from their mouths as a saying. تخرج من أفواههم إن يقولون إلا كذبا إن يقولون إلا كذبا. Saying what they say is nothing but falsehood. Kaziban, falsehood. It could also be a lie. Kaziban, falsehood. But this is the best commentary by our elders. Kaziban, falsehood. There is commentary to the 2330. 2330. The attribution of a son begotten to God has no basis in fact or in reason. Not in fact, not in reason. It's only a word or saying that issues out of their mouths. It is not even a dogma that is reasoned out or can be explained in any way that is consistent with the sublime attributes of God. So 2230. We now go to the next sign, sign 6. فلعلك فلعلك باخع فلعلك باخع نفسك على آثارهم. Thou purchase, thou wouldst is spelled Wouldst, it's Old English. Thou wouldst only perchance fret thyself to death. فَلَعَلَّكَ بَاخِعٌ نَفْسِكَ عَلَى آثَارِهِمْ إِنْ لَمْ يُؤْمِنُوا بِهَذَا الْحَيَوَاتِ أَسَفًا. Thou wouldst only, perchance, fret thyself to death, following after them in grief, if they believe not in the message. So you shouldn't worry if others don't believe in the message. Commentary to the 2331. Commentary 2331. In a reasonable world, the preaching of a reasonable faith like that of Islam would win universal acceptance. Full stop. But the world is not altogether reasonable. Oh my God, I love this. You said, but the world is not altogether reasonable. Viewers, agree or not agree? Agree or not? But the world is not altogether reasonable. Hmm? Uh, it caused it caused great distress to the unselfish preacher of Islam that his message met with so much opposition. So don't be surprised if people around you are opposing you. eh? Muhammad was distressed by such people. Opposition. He wanted to point the way to salvation, full stop. He only got, in the Maccan period, abuse from the chiefs of the Maccans, dash, abuse and persecution, not only for himself, but for the truth which he was preaching. Full stop. A heart less stout than his might have been appalled at what seemed the hopeless task of reclaiming the world from falsehood. It's not easy, especially in his time, in the times of the prophet. Today we are believing, most of us believe in one God. It was not so during the time of the prophets come. Hmm? Uh, Claiming the world from falsehood, superstition, selfishness, wrong, and oppression. Let me take that again. Uh, Meccan abuse and persecution. Let me go back further. He only got in the Maccans. He only got in the Maccans period abuse from the chiefs of the Maccans. Abuse and persecution, not only for himself, but for the truth which he was preaching. A heart less stout than his might have been appalled at what seemed the hopeless task of reclaiming the world from falsehood. Of course, it is God who gave him the strong heart to stand these oppressions and rebellious people. These oppressions from rebellious people. Superstition, selfishness, wrong, and oppression. He is here consoled. God is himself is consoling him. He is here consoled and told that he was not to fret himself to death. Colon. He was nobly doing his duty. And, as after events showed, the seed of truth was already germinating, although this was not visible at the time. No, it wasn't visible at the time. It's today that we know that no, it didn't work for nothing. Mm. Uh, Besides, these chiefs, in inverted commas, and leaders, also in inverted commas, were only strutting in false plumes. Plumes is spelled Plumes. In false plumes, semicolon. Their glory was soon to fade forever. Their glory was soon to fade forever. And that was commentary 2331 to sign 6. We now go to sign 7. Hmm? We now go to sign 7. Uh, I don't think we'll finish the section anyway. We now go to sign 7. Inna ja'alna ma alal ardi zinatun. Inna ja'alna ma fil ardi zinatun laha. Inna ja'alna ma fil ardi zinatun laha linablu lin- linabluhum linabluhum annahum asanan amalan. إنا جعلنا ما على الأرض زينة لهم لنبلوهم أنهم أحسن عملا. That which is on earth we have made, but as a glittering show for it. That which is on earth we have made, but a glittering show for it. Zinatan. Laha. A glittering show for it. Lulamnuhum annahum asanan amalan. For it. In order that we may test them as to which of them are best in conduct. لنبلوهم أنهم أحسن عملا. Which of them are best in conduct. And that was sign 7. That was sign 7 to sign 7 of chapter 18. Let's go to the commentary. Let's see if there is any anyway. Yes, there is. The commentary is 3232. No, the commentary is 2332. 2332. Let's go there. This world's goods, dash, comma, worldly power, glory, wealth, position, and all that men scramble for are but a fleeting show, full stop. The possession or want of them does not betoken a man's real value or position in the coming world. The world which is to endure. Yet they have their uses. Yet they have their uses. Full stop. They test a man's sterling quality. He who becomes their slave loses rank in the next world. He who uses them, if he gets them, and does not fall into despair, if he does not get them, shows his true mettle and quality. His conduct proclaims him. His conduct proclaims him. And that is commentary 2332 to sign 7. I think viewers, we pause here. When we come back, we shall go to sign 8. And hopefully then we will complete the section. There are only the section, and that section ends with sign 12. So let's pause here and come back in our next video to continue with sign 8. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Au revoir. May God be with you all.